wish him well. Get up on my level, I'm sending them straight to hell. We all in your city, your name ain't ringing the bell. All this motion on my cell, you would think I got it for sale. It was Friday, I met him up by the shell. He took me to the bank, cause he sent me too much for sale. Keeping secrets, he know that I never tell. It's a bird, it's a plane, oh, it's coming in through the mail. I'm a lane switcher, shapeshifter, go grill, plane, so I could heal the pain quicker. 8-figure, chest set way quicker. Maybe if I'ma go to date with ya.
I ripped it. All these on my two first, no dribble. These always talking pillar. Thing like scissor, like youngest, I'm about my business. Yeah, they know what's up. Glizzock never gave up. All I know is go and get this damn bread. Don't go against the grain, they taking off your damn head. I'm running up this door, I almost broke my damn leg. Hey, out here broke, they damn nerd. Damn little mama bad as but they diamonds on me fight, neck and wrist, I can Tina. Orange Richard Mill on me dancing just like Bia. Going against Glizzock, wouldn't wanna be a.
I'm a lane switcher, shapeshifter, go grill, plane, so I could heal the pain quicker. 8-figure, chest set way quicker. Maybe if I'ma go to date with ya.
Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the notch. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't false. We call them Chaucer cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of hop. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock. Cardiac eye, I'm the boss man in a suit with no tie. I can't be, I gotta stay. Put me some in the can of this dry. Riding this special like Bunny and Clyde. Don't worry, baby, I keep me some fire. Shenanigans and burgers, she cannot decide. The ladies, Mercedes, here go to surprise. Don't sleep on Miss Lady, her ride. Bet while I'm gripping her side. Big and mad bet, this ain't regular size. You really fly, we like pelican guys. You ain't slick, I can tell her the skies. Upgrade at my wrist, put baguettes in the sky. She sing I might sign her and change her whole life. I told her to goggle and work on her highs. Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the notch. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to get me, we call them Chaucer cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of hop. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock.
I took the Billy Cool back in
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
After a long two-week build-up here in the Bay Area, the moment has finally arrived. It is time for football here at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Folks, this is Super Bowl 60, and we've got an outstanding matchup on tap. Tonight, it is
what up, baby? Let's get loud.
On the line.
Get up, Brown. Get up.
Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champions taking on the NFC champions, the Washington Commanders. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as they'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
And they're on the 17-yard line.
On the ready. Go. Cougar 19, go.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he is back in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
here. He was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team the best chance to win.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
He's a talented runner. That means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and his early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Now they're switching up here and look to throw.
Oh no, his first throw of the Super Bowl is intercepted. Picked off by Cam Newton.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing now is Daniels. And incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
2nd and 10. Here's Daniels. He's going to be sacked. They sack him back right after that field stretch. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
All right, partner, I'm going to be captain out of this right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. For the open man, that's complete. Touchdown, Washington. Devon Achane with a first touchdown in the Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Brandon, this is the Super Bowl. A touchdown scored in any game is big. In this one, it's massive.
Extra point, but again is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Commanders 7, Black Knights nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
For Washington.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
79, here we go.
They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Ready. Hot.
He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Warriors, come on. Set. Go.
He'll drop to throw. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
The quarterback sack.
It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a 10-yard line. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They'll run. Achane. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. And he lost 6 there on the first down play.
Brings up second.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And here he'll get it down to 7. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Ball rests on the 7-yard line, 3rd and goal. It is into the end zone for the Washington touchdown. Devon Achane, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Commanders will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Kickoff for Washington.
Some strong running. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They'll take over. First down and 10. At their own 17-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And now a lot to speak of there as they bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Here we go. Set.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. They'll try and throw for it here. Over the middle, there's a diving catch. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off for the first down.
That's good for Mexico City. First down. 1st and 10.
Running right is Mitchell. Now he's free at the 35. Touchdown! Big play there. 67 yards. And the Black Knights are on the board here in the Super Bowl. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, no, at the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Looking to put a drive together. Play action, now it's Daniels. Open there, he's got his tight end, Elijah Arroyo. A very strong gain of 24.
situation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run, and I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends with a very nice pickup.
And he edges forward, only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
At the 32-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
We've got a lot more ahead of us here in Super Bowl 60. Second quarter coming your way next. It's Washington with the early lead. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports. Now second and 8 at the 32-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Off the play fake, Daniels. That's down the field. He's got a wheel. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that.
Here we go,
Makes a nice catch to move the chains.
60 by
Defense
60.
got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the wall. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer in second and goal. Achane is in. Touchdown, Washington. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense can miss too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field, and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. To about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
They'll take over at first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Ready up.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Now a run here off the RPO, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings him third down. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
They're going to try and throw. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Okay, break.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 13 yards there at a Washington first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
To throw is Daniels. too good there, and it's second down.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set.
They go play action. Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bothering him up defensively, and that brings up 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Touchdown! Brian Thomas from 17 yards out. And the Commanders continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. Gay is on for the point after. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6.
The score, Commanders 28, Black Knight 6.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, you're almost in field goal position.
Got it. Ready?
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Charles,
we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now we feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Come on. Let's go.
2nd and 1. Now he'll take this and run. Man open as Jamar Chase complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
It's a gain of 18.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll look to throw. They're going right back to Chase. That's caught again. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave it with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches
Ready,
at the
ready.
23-yard line.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready, ready.
Now back to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard line. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
19, Tiger, 19.
They'll drop the throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Trayvon Walker. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Mustang 19.
They'll look to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hip, but they'll say it's incomplete. Pressure really ratcheting up. They get a sack on 1st down, and a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down to 9. 11 yards, but still not enough. 4th down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and that will force a turnover on downs. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Go.
To the air goes Daniels. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10.
Panther 11. 18.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
This defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. This will only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. 2 yards. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
That's into the hands of Worthy. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. A gain of 7. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler. 79 Broncos.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And all the way in for the touchdown. Mark Andrews in the final seconds of the first half. And the Black Knights take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. And again, it's no good. A few bluebirds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 40. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Let's go now. Like.
The final shot before break. Daniels. This throw is going to be incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Tyler New set to kick off.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down. you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Ready.
A run straight ahead with H.M. They'll grab a gain of 5. Second and 41-yard line.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 9 yards on the play and a first down.
Washington.
Go. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Daquan Jones forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Let's go.
Daniels looking to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they get a more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
In punt formation for the Commanders.
And now the punter Tress Way as he sends this one away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think probably you can sense him saying, okay, the first half is there, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Trying the right side with Mitchell. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged, and times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Still on his feet. Jamar Chase. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. Jamar Chase, 71 yards. And the Black Knights get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much and you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted.
The attempt at the 2-point conversion is no good. That makes the score. Commanders 28. Black Knights 18.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this return will come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
26-yard line.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them after they built that lead at intermission. They've seen that lead shrink.
And how much much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that may be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Room to maneuver at the 35, and all the way down to the 25-yard line. Big yardage that time for Washington, 45 yards.
And this is one of the toughest parts about being a defensive back. When a play breaks down like this, you're taught to plaster to a receiver. Find the nearest one and adhere yourself to it. But you can't string the receiver so long that the play continues to develop. He knows where he's going. You do not.
Ready, 22 now. Here's second down and 7.
Brings up second and 7.
The tight end in motion right.
70.
Here's Daniels. Incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Now Daniels going to keep it. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
No surprise to see the sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, but we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely getting the first down. When he does something like that, he gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try to match his intensity.
Daquan Jones in on the tackle there.
And 10 at the 15-yard line.
Throwing now is Daniels. That's caught left side by Simmons. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. His first catch in his Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Come on. Set. Ready.
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further.
Second and goal.
Now Daniels. This one thrown underneath to Uchenna. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a third and goal.
Break. Here we go. Ready.
Now it's JCM before he crossed the middle. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Only 1 quarter left here in Super Bowl 60 as we get set to begin the 4th. Not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. They'll go. H.M. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Devon H.M. with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Commanders are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. But that had to catch his defense by surprise. 4th and goal from that far back. And I was thinking pass. Were you thinking pass, partner?
I certainly was, but to me, what a sign of a great coach who knows that he's in tune with his team, because sometimes you got to zig when people expect them to zag. He calls for the run there and expects them to execute, and they get it done.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
19 tight.
And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the fourth. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just is not gone as they had hoped. He's going to look deep down the field. And he will take it in for a touchdown. And Xavier Worthy, 79 yards. And the Black Knights have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. On his look for the extra point. And the third time's a charm as he finally gets one of these to go.
This makes the score. Commanders 35. Black Knights 25.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. Now Priestley, he's past the 30. Finally stops, but he almost made it, but not quite down around the 5-yard line. What a return.
And praises for a tremendous return. How about the guys that never gave up on the play, refused to let him get into the end zone, and tracked him down before he got there and made the tackle? A lot of pride exhibited by guys on special teams.
Breaking the huddle, first and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders. Jalen Wayne from 4 yards out. And the Commanders are feeling good as they extend their lead in this Super Bowl. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the math there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi Trophy so close, but the expectations seem to not match the results as they start on this drive, first and 10. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Liking 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
They'll set up to throw. Over Miller, that's caught by Juice. And way up past the 35 before it's taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Mustang 19.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Panther 60, Panther 60. 18, Pioneer.
He'll drop to throw. Into the hands of Jamar Chase. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot him at the 49.
That's another Mexico City first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't command.
Intended for Xavier Worthy.
They're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Zone coverage there, they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl. They're going to need this one on fourth down.
70 Timberwolves.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. And they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Come on, set. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that is caught downfield by Thomas. And he takes it in. Touchdown by Washington. Brian Thomas, his 2nd touchdown in the Super Bowl. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football this way. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he was absolutely carved up the secondary. They clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
They'll take over. 1st down and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a... Here's Watson, he loses the football. Unfortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
A 3-yard pickup.
The fumble on 1st down, now here's 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking deep here for Chase. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he did not reel it in. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking deep here for Chase. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to take this one in for a touchdown. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown in the Super Bowl. And the Black Knights are able to cut into that deficit. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2.
Will line up for a...
They'll try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they go for the 2. They don't get it.
This makes the score. Commanders 49.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They're marking down officiating at the 34.
1st down 10. They're on 34-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they are trying to play it cool on the sidelines, but they know that they are very close now to wrapping this thing up and letting the celebration begin. A Super Bowl title within reach now as they try to polish this thing off.
22
On the ball now.
1st down, Washington.
18 targets.
On 1st down, it's Krosky-Merritt. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. He was brought down by... So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 44-yard
The play fake. Daniels. Try! And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big 4th quarter lead. Here's another completion for big yardage.
Okay, Okay, ready?
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels. Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Thomas with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Commanders are starting to pour it on to the game's biggest stage. They are running away with the Super Bowl. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Commanders 56. Black Knights.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Come on.
The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
This 2nd and 4.
Come 19. Stephanie.
They're going to look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Nifty move. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. The coverage maybe too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
At the 40-yard line.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. A short throw caught by Andrews. Get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. It would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now he's going to step up and run. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Ready.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. No gain on the play. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Mark Andrews, his 2nd touchdown in the Super Bowl. And the Black Knights are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point splits the offense. And they'll cut the lead down to 18.
Commanders 56.
Now after the touchdown, you back out to kick this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and that's what they've been in control. They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
19, Tiger, 9.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Now the complete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to it when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did.
They get it. The Washington Commanders, Super Bowl champions. And this storied franchise will once again possess the Lombardi Trophy.
And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
There's Commissioner Goodell set to present the Lombardi Trophy to the Washington Commanders. They are your Super Bowl 60 champions. So that'll conclude another captivating season of the NFL on EA Sports. So for Charles Davis and all the hardworking men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying good night from Santa Clara.